Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a world of pure chaos. We're talking forklifts gone wild, conveyors turned conveyor belts of doom, and enough falling boxes to bury a small country. Get ready to witness the top 10 warehouse fails that'll make you laugh, cringe, and thank your lucky stars you weren't there. Make sure to stick around till the end for the most epic fail. This one had us picking our jaws up off the floor. No joke. All right, buckle up, because we're kicking things off with a classic, the forklift fail. Imagine this. You're strolling through the aisles of a warehouse, minding your own business, when suddenly, out of nowhere, bam! A forklift comes barreling around the corner, driven by a guy who looks like he just learned how to drive this morning. He's got a pallet loaded sky high with, I don't know, maybe a year's supply of toilet paper, and he's heading straight for... Oh no, is that a shelf full of TVs? Yep, it is. And this genius just clipped the corner, sending a tidal wave of flat screens crashing to the ground. The look on his face, priceless. Next up, we've got a conveyor belt gone rogue. Now, these things are supposed to make life easier, right? Just a never-ending stream of boxes and packages gliding effortlessly along. But sometimes things go very, very wrong. Take this guy, for example. He's just casually walking alongside the conveyor belt, probably daydreaming about winning the lottery or something, when suddenly his shoelace gets caught, and before you can say occupational hazard, he's getting pulled into the abyss of cardboard and packing peanuts. It's like something out of a cartoon, only less funny and more called the paramedics. You ever get that feeling like something bad is about to happen, like a sixth sense for disaster? Well, these guys didn't. We're talking about the infamous pallet plunge, where a pallet loaded with who knows what decides to take a flying leap of faith from the top shelf. Maybe it was a case of bad stacking, maybe the pallet just had a death wish. Whatever the reason, 1 minute it's just chilling up there, minding its own business, and the next minute it's plummeting towards the earth like a meteor made of bubble wrap and duct tape. The best part? A group of workers was standing directly underneath, completely oblivious to the impending doom. Let's just say they learned a valuable lesson about situational awareness that day. Chapter 4, Overzealous Lifter. They say pride comes before a fall, and in this case it came before a face full of boxes. This is the story of an overzealous forklift driver who thought he could handle anything. He'd stack those pallets higher than the Empire State Building, or at least that's what it felt like. So, when a challenge arose, a challenge in the form of a ridiculously heavy load, he scoffed. "Is that all you got?" he probably muttered to himself, flexing his non-existent muscles. He lined up the forklift, took a deep breath and hit the gas, and for a glorious second it seemed like he might actually pull it off. But then physics decided to intervene. Chapter 5. Robot Rampage. You'd think in this day and age, robots would have figured out how to do their jobs without causing a scene. You'd be wrong. This is the Robot Rampage, where a rogue machine decided to break free from its programming and wreak havoc on an unsuspecting warehouse. It all started innocently enough. The robot was just supposed to be moving some boxes from point A to point B. Simple, right? Wrong. Somewhere along the way, something went haywire. Maybe it was a loose wire, maybe it was possessed by the spirit of a disgruntled former employee. Whatever the cause, this robot went from helpful assistant to a mechanical bull in a china shop. Chapter 6. Slip and Slide. Remember that time you slipped on a banana peel in a cartoon? Yeah, this isn't that funny. This is the slip and slide, where a seemingly harmless puddle of water turns into a worker's worst nightmare. Picture this. A busy warehouse floor, people rushing around, forklifts beeping, the whole 9 yards. And then, in the middle of it all, a lone worker pushing a cart full of, let's say, bowling balls, because why not? He rounds a corner and doesn't see the puddle of spilled juice, thanks Jerry from accounting, and bam! It goes down like a sack of potatoes. But here's the thing about warehouse dominoes. They're much larger and more painful than the regular kind. Chapter 7. Truck Trouble. You know what they say, if it fits, it ships. Well, in this case, it didn't fit, and it definitely didn't ship. This is the story of a delivery truck driver who clearly missed the memo. about spatial awareness. He's backing that big rig up to the loading dock like he's parallel parking a clown car. Only problem is he's about 2 feet off to the left. And instead of stopping, reassessing and trying again like a normal person, he just keeps on backing up. Crunch! The sound of metal on metal echoes through the warehouse as the truck slams into the loading dock door. Chapter 8. Everybody loves a good prank, right? Well, maybe not when it involves a year's supply of packing peanuts and a forklift. This is the story of a prank gone so wrong, it should come with a warning label. Imagine this, 2 warehouse workers, let's call them Bob and Steve. Bob's your typical prankster, always looking for the next big laugh. Steve, on the other hand, is a creature of habit. He likes things just so. Every day, Steve parks his forklift in the exact same spot, right next to his locker. Bob sees an opportunity to bury Steve's forklift in packing peanuts. Chapter 9. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but can you judge a stack of boxes by its stability? Apparently not, because in this warehouse fail, a seemingly sturdy tower of cardboard decided to throw a tantrum. It all started with a slight wobble. Maybe a forklift bumped it, maybe a fly landed on it at just the wrong angle. Whatever the cause, that wobble turned into a tremor, and that tremor turned into a full-blown collapse. Imagine a Jenga tower, but instead of wooden blocks, it's boxes filled with everything from rubber duckies to industrial-sized rolls of bubble wrap. Chapter 10. They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but nobody told that to this guy. This is the machine mishap, where a well-intentioned worker's attempt to play hero goes hilariously wrong. Imagine this. A conveyor belt grinds to a halt. Boxes pile up, tempers flare. It's a logistical nightmare. Our hero, armed with nothing but a wrench and a can-do attitude, steps up to the plate. He's seen the maintenance guys tinker with this thing 1,000,000 times. How hard can it be, right? Famous last words. He tightens a bolt here, loosens a screw there, and then disaster strikes. The machine lets out a deafening screech, smoke billows from the control panel, and suddenly the conveyor belt is moving backwards at warp speed. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that wild ride through the world of warehouse fails. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic fails. We've got a whole warehouse full of them just waiting to be unleashed. Comment below which fail was your favorite. Was it the forklift fiasco, the conveyor chaos, or maybe the robot rampage? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay safe out there.